In order to graph an inequality, I need to know 4 pieces of information. I need to know my slope. I need to know my y-intercept. I need to know if my line is going to be dotted or solid. And I need to know if I'm going to shade above or below. Once I know all of that, graphing is very easy. So let's start with my slope. My slope is always the term associated with the x, so my slope is 2. My y-intercept is always the constant, the number without the variable, so my y-intercept is -1. And then to figure out my dotted and solid, I look at my inequality. So my inequality is greater than or equal to, that's this guy right here. So that shows me I've got a solid line. The equal to line is what makes it a solid line. So I've got solid. And then I need to determine above and below. And so again, I'm here at the greater than or equal to. That's the above. So I'm going to go ahead and circle above. And now I can go ahead and graph my inequality. So in graphing, I always start on my y-intercept. So I'm going to start at the -1. I'm going to put my dot. And then I count my slope. And my slope is a rise over run. So rise over run means I need to turn this into a quick fraction. So it's going to be 2 over 1. So I'm going to rise 2 from my point. So rise 2, run to the right 1, and I'm going to put my second dot right there. Okay, I can continue counting slope if I want, up 2 over 1, put a couple more dots. Now I'm ready to draw my line, and I know that it's going to be a solid line. I've already figured that out, so let's make it a solid line. And then to determine which way is above, I'm always going to just put my pencil back on the y-intercept. Above is straight up, so from here I go straight up. That tells me that everything on this side of the line is my above. So that's where I'm going to shade. Let's go ahead and just shade this in blue as well. And I'm just going to shade everything above my line.